What's good, everybody, and happy pre New Year's to everybody. Yes, God, girl. Now, I know what y'all sitting here thinking. I live in New York, so I should be in Times Square watching the ball drop. But, bitch, I know you lying. All of them tourists coming down here clogging up traffic, clogging up all the good places to eat, clogging up all the hotels. I can't even get my New Year's resolution in good because all the hotels are being taken. And y'all know I'm classy based. I ain't doing nothing in no alleys or no dirty, disgusting, cum infested New York bathrooms. So, girl, I just decided to go on ahead and bring my New Year's on in by myself in my damn house. Like, comment, share, and most importantly, subscribe. Make sure y'all hit that bell, become the notification gang. And if you really rock with my channel the way you say you do, watch those ads. Y'all know the rest of the formality. I'm going to have it scrolled down here at the bottom. Ain't even no need for me to get into all of that. Child, I'm tired. I had to put up the prompt and circumstances back up after I said I won't gonna do it. I was just going to film from the kitchen. But I said, why not? I'm home. I ain't doing nothing. I ain't got no toys, no boys, and I ain't making no noise. So I may as well go on ahead and just give y'all a proper love and hip hop video the same way that I did for the Real Housewives for today. I will say this, unlike that dry ass filler episode of the Real Housewives of Atlanta, Love and Hip Hop New York gave me a little something to talk about. So we just gonna jump right on into it. The episode picked up where it left off at, and that was the argument between Yandy and Chrissy. Now, it's no secret, I'm Team Chrissy all day. I don't give a flying hell what none of y'all got to say about it or how y'all feel. But y'all already know my motto. Just because I like you or I'm friendly with you or I'm cool with you, that don't make you exempt from no read or no observation. And Chrissy, I feel as though you went way too hard on Trash Can Yan. Yes, I'm calling her Trash Can Yan because I don't want y'all to think just because I'm about to take up for her, I'm about to stand up for her for a couple minutes, meaning that me and her are good or that I like her. I don't like that bitch still, but I don't have to like you to stand up for you. And Chrissy, that was some real bully shit that you pulled on her. Like, it's okay for you to sit there and be a tyrant and, chastise these women, talking to them any old kind of way simply because you felt disrespected over a situation that happened over almost 9 years ago. But then you have the nerve and the unmitigated gall to try to dictate how a person receives it and spews that same energy back to you. When I'm arguing or getting it on with somebody, I'm always expecting the worst to happen. You understand what I'm saying? Listen, Yandy ain't gonna bit Mo do nothing. You know Yandy ain't gonna bit Mo do nothing. So I kind of felt like all of that extra rah-rah that you was doing, you was kind of just putting on for the camera, Chrissy. And I love you to death, but I got to call you out on your SHIT. And that's just what I said. But I'm still here for you trying to get some clarity with Yandy. But I have to be honest, you was pulling a real bully move on her. And it wasn't cute for a woman of your years. Joe and Tahiry meet up. Do y'all feel like Joe and Tahiry being friends is messy? Me personally, I don't. Whew, that break was brought to you all by Poland Spring Water. I don't feel as though that there's anything wrong with two exes being friends so long as there's boundaries put into play and those boundaries are being respected and reciprocated. I don't think that there is an issue or a reason for them to be friends. Now, a part of me does feel like there's some part of Tahiry that does want Joe back because for whatever reason they feels as though he's showing some new Joe. I'm just, if they're considering him to be a new Joe, that's just fine. Myself personally, I stick to an old dog can't learn new tricks. But I do still think there is a little bit of Tahiry that is kind of wanting and wishing and praying and hoping that there could be something else that could be sparked in between them. Now, I'm not trying to put nothing on her that's not there. I could be wrong, and if I'm wrong, I'll just be wrong. But I do like the fact that he pointed out the fact that it does look rather messy that the both of them are out trying to shop together for some threads to wear to this sham of a wedding. And that's just all I'm going to say about that. Um, So the girls show up at Yandy house for a little powwow, for a little ponderosa, and Rich Dollars and his Jerry curl fade that's parted down to the left hand side, way over here, decides to show up with his artist Nikki Cardi, aka Jeannie. I know her name now. It is Jeannie. Yandy says that she knows a little bit of Jeannie, but not really, and Rich is sitting here working with her. Nothing really much to go with that. It's the same formula that has always has been with Rich since season 1, and I want them to do something new with his character, but that's just my opinion. Moving right on along. Fresher and his baby mama Jen. Now y'all have to clarify something for me, and I may mention this in my live video that I did. If you're going together with a dude and you just so happen to have this man's baby and he's on a reality show, would you want to be introduced by him as this is my baby mother, Jen, or do you want to be introduced as this is my girlfriend and the mother of my 2 children, Jen, who I've been with since middle school? And the reason why Jen don't find no problem with it is because, and I don't want to say this, but she read herself before we even had a chance to read her. She is a round the way filet, project, hood booger, dope dealer ass girlfriend, if I've ever seen one. She has that mentality. It's painfully obvious that her and Fresher are new money. They knew money, they knew status. They knew this is his song, this, that, and this. Everything on them is new. So the both of them are still rough around the edges, and I can appreciate that because that is giving us something real and authentic. But I'm so over this whole thing where the producer's girlfriend, baby mama, wife, whatever, has such a huge problem with female artists, and they go to these public places, they do public scenes and embarrassments. He gets upset about it, then that's going to be a problem within the confines of their relationship. In some kind of a way, he's going to wind up cheating on Jen, maybe not with Jeannie, but with somebody else. Like, I already know where this formula is going because we've seen it so many times beforehand. And this is what I don't understand about Jen, and I'm really starting to believe that y'all are new money and that y'all are project babies. And now that he finally got his first check from that one song that he did, now y'all finally got cable and or satellite, because there's no way that you could have looked at all of these seasons and seen the way that your acting is going to get you absolutely nowhere. And another thing that bothers me with the whole Fresher situation and him trying to have a label is, my dude, you only had one song and it was a remix. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to sit here and act like I never heard your song being played on the radio, but you need to pick a struggle, much like I said before. Either you're going to start a label or you're going to be an artist, but you can't be both, especially when you're still getting your feet wet and you're still wet behind the ears being in this music industry. Like, it is painfully obvious that you're a rookie and you're making all the rookie mistakes, and Rich Dollars pulled all of that out of you when y'all pulled up together down to Jeannie's showcase, I believe it was, and we're gonna get to that gag in a minute. Erica Mena Safari and this damn wedding that they putting together in 3 weeks. I feel as though it's a sham. I don't bit more believe that they are this deep in love with each other, because if you are, what's the big rush for the wedding? I'm not really understanding it, and I'm starting to feel like they really don't have much of a storyline. So why not pull to get? Why not do Mona's favorite thing to do? Have Mona pull a wedding in 3 weeks out of her head. Lord knows Mona is funding and footing the bill for it. I'm more than sure she is. Can't nobody tell me otherwise. But anyway, she's sitting there, she's crying, she's getting stretched out because, you know, she feels like Safari isn't helping enough. And Safari whole thing gets child boo. I ain't got time to be sitting here doing all of this. It's giving me a headache. She starts to cry and he feels bad and he lets her know that, you know, he hasn't invited Yandy yet, but then found out that he did invite Yandy when he said he wasn't going to invite Yandy, and we're going to get to that in a minute. Water break, child. Moving right on along. Chrissy and her business partner Greg. That whole sit down was completely messy, and I'm not understanding how Greg still has two legs to stand on if this is the way that he's conducting business. I felt as though it was really unprofessional for him to be sitting there talking about what he may or may not have done with a whole nother client to a whole nother client. Like, to me, I think that that's very messy, that's very passive aggressive, and I just really didn't like that. I didn't like that coming from the both of them because at the end of the day, who cares? Moving right on along. So Yandy goes to meet up with the mayor because she has a good idea of doing low-income public housing down to the projects. And even though I don't see it for Trash Can Yan, I do see it for this vision that she's trying to do with the low-income housing. Now, granted, I've never had to live in low-income housing, thank God, knock on wood. But I can appreciate the fact that if you have the money to do it, and if you have the means and the will to help out the less fortunate in your community, that's just something that you need to go on ahead and do. So I can stick with Trash Can Yan with that. You finally done did something right. Now, what I did not like was how y'all got upset over a picture that he took with Greg, with Yandy, Greg, and her business associate. I got her name in here somewhere. Jamila. And Jamila lets Yandy know that, you know, Greg took the picture down because Chrissy felt some kind of way about them taking the picture together. And we go get to that in a minute. Safari goes to meet up with Tahiry. Shout out to Tahiry for her and her cousin, I believe she said it was. They have a little hair boutique to Harlem down somewhere. I hope it all works out for Tahiry. But there was really nothing much with that scene right there. Yandy and Chrissy meet again. And Chrissy, here's another time where I have to get you together. One thing about me, listen, and I'm going to use myself for an example. Like the whole Tasha Kate situation. Most of what I say about Tasha Kate is for shits and giggles, laughs, clicks, and views. I don't know anything about this woman personally to love her, like her, or hate her. Now, I do know a little bit about the way that she conducts business out here in these YouTube streets, and which a huge reason why I choose to distance myself from her. But most of what I say is really for laughs and clicks and views. But one thing that I always make sure I do is to let everybody know, listen, we both scratching and surviving on YouTube. If you like her, continue to like her, continue to support, continue to donate, continue to join her channel, continue to give her views. I'm not a hating ass bitch like that, and I'm really glad I'm not. So, Chrissy, it really bothered me to hear you sit here and say that you stopped a bag over something that happened 8 years ago. You claim that you stopped a bag because she disrespected Jim Jones. I don't feel like she disrespected Jim Jones. I do feel like she traded in her managerial hat for a reality TV hat and a reality TV coin. That I can get with you on. But I don't feel as though she was ever being completely, totally, and utterly disrespectful to Jim Jones, nearly enough for you to sit here and basically admit to her, myself, and everybody else, and all of the billions of people that watch this show on Monday nights, basically that you can't stand her so much that you're going to be the causing of taking food out of her kid's mouth. Because that's every time you stop a bag, that's basically what you're doing. And my whole thing is this. You're mad at Yandy. And I get that. But Infinity, Skylar, Lil Man DC's, Amir, they didn't do anything to you. They didn't do anything to you. If nothing else, y'all should be able to connect enough as women to not even want to do something as despicable as that. Like Chrissy, I did not like that at all. I still like you, but I did not like that at all. It was so very unprofessional and so very unbecoming for a woman of your years and your mold. I just didn't like that, Chrissy. I didn't. And it's not me taking up for Yandy. It's just me standing up for what's right. Right is right and wrong is wrong. And at the end of the day, Chrissy, for you to sit there and admit that on national TV like that, you was dead ass wrong. And I'm actually quite proud of Yandy that she did not lock jaw on your ass. Not to say that she would, but Lord knows, had she had liquid courage and she just hauled off and football tackled your ass, she wouldn't have been in the wrong. Moving right on along. Fresher showing up at her showcase and Rich Dollars busting up the damn scene. I absolutely love that. Now y'all know I don't even hardly go up for Richie Dollars ever. But I did go up for him in this instance. It's like I said, Fresher is making all of the rookie mistakes. And basically, Rich just coming up in there showing him and letting him know how it is. Listen, you could call me whatever you want, but at the end of the day, I've been doing this since you was in diapers. I could take her way more farther and haven't been in the music industry in over 20 years than you ever could with your couple of years being in the music industry as an artist. And now you're trying to just break out into it and be some type of music mogul. It don't work out that way. And Jen, you are really going to mess up the bag. You're going to mess up the bag for not only yourself and him, but for your kids and your family. Because nobody major in the industry, if he should get that far, would ever want to work with him with the way they see you cutting up here and showing your ass the way that you do. If your insecurities are that low, that's fine. Go see Dr. Joyce Brothers. Go see Dr. Sherry. Go see Dr. Jeff. But do anything but carry your ass on national TV and make yourself look like a plum fool. Because that's exactly what you did. You made yourself look like a plum fool. I just want all of the girlfriends, the side pieces, the baby mamas, the wives, the fiancés. I really want y'all to do better. Like, do better. If you knew better, you'll do better. And I know you don't know better because you sitting up there talking about something, you the project baby and you this, you that. Like, you are so uncouth, mama. Like, anyway. Yandy Safari and Erica finally have a talk, and it basically boiled down to what I've been said a long time ago. There never was a problem with the both of them. There never was a problem with the both of them, and I don't even know why they tried to go down this rabbit hole and waste our time into thinking that they have an issue with each other, because I always knew that they didn't. Really nothing to go there with that. But I will say this. Safari, I'm going to need for you to grow up a little bit more before you decide to be anybody's husband. And as much disdain as I have for Erica Mena, I can't agree with how she feels. It's like, yet again, this is a whole nother situation where you lied, where you did not have to. And all you had to do was just basically tell the truth. Like, this is why I'm not buying this whole wedding thing, because Safari girl, in this Safari, you keep getting up here and wearing all of these husky ass furrers. I'm tired of seeing it. That pink furrer, that brown furrer, that fox red furrer, that squirrel furrer, that raccoon furrer. I'm so sick and tired of seeing all the furrers. I don't know what in the entire holy hell to do. I want you to fix your fashions, but then I also want you to grow the hell up. Stop lying all the damn time. You make stuff harder for yourself because you lie when you don't have to lie. I'm with Eric on that. One thing that I can't take is a liar. Be real with me. Be honest with me. And one more thing. Jonathan and Sin and this whole best friend thing. Jonathan, you full of shit. I don't bit more, but like, you have to really go through something with a bitch to consider her your best friend. Like, you have to go through arguments, breakups, makeups, fights, jumping bitches, running out the mall with jeans. You know what I'm saying? Thotting together. Like, you got to really go through something with somebody for a very long time to consider them a best friend. I don't bit more believe you and Sin knew each other a year, let alone knew each other long enough for you to be sitting around here riding so hard for Sin Santana. And it's funny because you only rode for her, but you never rode for Kimbella and you never rode for Chrissy, Mr. I don't sit up and allow anybody to talk about anybody that I like to my face. Miss Jonathan, if you don't go jump off the Empire State Building with your wishy-washy ass, you had better. That is my main problem with Jonathan. You wishy-washy, sis. And I'm so sick and tired of seeing it. Me and Tahiry felt the same way with that whole she's your best friend. Girl, bye. Yeah, that's really all that went on. It was way more for me to talk about for them than it was for the Real Housewives of Atlanta, and I definitely can appreciate that. Y'all drop down in the comments. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about the episode. Let me know, are y'all Team Yandy? Are y'all Team Chrissy? Team Kimbella? Team Jonathan? Drop it down, girl. Let me know. I'm about to upload this video. Kick in my new year, child. It's already 11/12. If I don't talk to y'all no more this week, have a very safe and productive and happy New Year. Please, whatever you do, be safe. Be safe, be safe, be safe. Stay warm. I'm going to holler at y'all later, girl. Bye.
I just woke up and I rolled up. I just woke up and I rolled up. And I got my plane ticket. That push that be my starter kit. I just woke up and